up, y'all? Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Coco Knows. I am Deidre Chanel. And so if you watched my other video about the top dating websites that I've been on, I just gave 6 of them to you in order from the worst to the best. I am also, now I want to talk to you guys about the questions or the things that I look for while I'm on these websites and what I'm wanting. So what I want is going to determine what I look for or what I ask about when I am approached by these men on these websites, or if I see somebody that I'm interested in and I start a conversation with them first. This is what I do. So number 1 is I want to know their relationship with God. Like, what's your religion? Like, do you have a relationship with Christ? Can you be a covering? Because I am looking for my purpose partner. So I want someone who can cover me, somebody who can pray, someone who can just be encouraging as I encourage them, somebody who we can pray together, we can fast together, somebody who is on the same track as me. So that is why Upward was such a success for me, because it kind of helped me cut out a lot of that research, even though you still have to do research with the person, really, when you're getting to know the person, really find out if your beliefs align. But that was just, it kind of put it in my hand for me to do that. Next is I look at the age. I don't want anybody too old and I don't want anybody too young. So if they were younger than 31 years old, it was a no for me. If they were older than 42, it was a no for me. I just wanted to stay in that age range. I really was looking in the beginning for someone who was older than me, just because I felt like they just had it more. No one has it all together, but they were a little bit closer to it. But as time, went on and I explored and I really got to know other men on the website, I realized that that men who are younger, some of them are, they good, they're okay. So look at age. Next for me was location. While love has no limits when it comes to distance, because I've seen it, people fall in love from miles away. For me, I was looking for somebody close. I didn't want to have to be traveling 100 miles to go see anybody, just because it works for other people, but I don't know. I've never done it before, so I wasn't sure about it. So I looked. If you are like that, then you want to, of course, look at their location to see if they're in North Carolina or South Carolina, wherever you're from. So, but if not, then location might not be your or it might not be an issue for you. So you don't have to, it won't narrow your search down as much. But for me, it was important. Even though I was starting to open up a little bit more about, or be more open about having people who were in other states and stuff like that, who that I was talking to, but it's cool. Next is children. If you are not a person who is well experienced, or who even cares to have children, or who don't want men who have children, then that needs to be like one of the top things that you look at. For me, I didn't mind. I just didn't want anybody with hundreds of children. 2 is my max. I ran into this one guy who had 8 kids, which would have put him at 9 children, because I want children. So we would at least 1. So that would have put us at 9-10 kids. That wasn't for me. So I had to, let him know, I'm sorry, but this doesn't work for me. But if someone out there, that's their tea, that's their cup of tea, but it wasn't mine. Next is figure out if they're looking for long-term relationships or short-term. Some of them just want friendships. Some of them just want maybe we'll see type thing, which is nothing wrong with maybe we'll see. But I was interested in someone who wants long-term, someone who's looking for marriage, because I don't have time to waste. And so that was a deal breaker for me, or a big thing for me. So, but if there was a guy that I was really interested in and he checked all the boxes except for that, I would just ask, what do you feel about this? Are you interested in marriage? Whatever. Next is what is their occupation? What do they do? Because sometimes it depends on the type of person. You might want someone who is of a certain has a certain occupation. Some people just want lawyers, doctors. Some people just want people with really high paying jobs. And then there are other people who are like, okay, I'm okay with, someone who's not, someone who might be at a point in life where they're just trying to get by, or they might do well for themselves. So it just depends on what you're looking for. So do ask, like, what do you do for a living? Or do you have any other, because they don't have to just have, they don't have to just go to college and have just a regular job. Like, they can have a skill, or a trade, or they could own their own business. So it just really depends on what you're looking for. And then the last thing I always ask about in the initial process of getting someone is their relationship with their family, because my relationship with my family is important. And I feel if I know how they treat their family and how their family treats them, then I know it gives me an idea of how they would potentially treat my family and the family that we would create together. Because all that is linked with whatever trauma that you didn't deal with from childhood is going to show up in your relationship. And so I like to inquire about that also. So these are just the top things some of the initial things that I ask men when I'm talking to them on websites, or even when I'm out and about and I meet men. Those are the things that I initially ask them. And then of course, as time goes on, you get to know more about them, and that gives you more of a feel of who they are. So let me know some questions or some things that you look for when you are out here talking to these men, or men, if you're out here looking for the women. I want to know what you guys do, what you're asking. I think that's it. Those are my top things. So put your questions in the box below, so maybe I can add them to my list. If you think it's something that I might have missed, please let me know. If this was helpful, also let me know. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Until we meet again, be happy, be well, be healthy, be whole. I love you. Goodbye.